What color spinnerbait should you use when the water temperature gets down the way it is now in the mid-60s? Good morning, guys and girls. November 14. Wow, November 14. You know, we are just getting close to using up the entire year, and we haven't missed a single morning yet. Some of y'all have been here with us every single morning all the way up to November 14th. I appreciate that. I thank you for that. It's pretty special. It's special to me, and I just feel honored and humbled and blessed that so many of y'all have been with me every single day. It's amazing. Now, we've been late a time or two. It's mostly Pat's fault, but don't tell him I told you that. Mostly Pat's fault when we've been late a little bit. But, you know, Pat adds the open to this little segment that we do on Catch of the Day YouTube channel. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, for goodness sake, subscribe to it. But and tell your friends about it. Share it with your friends, so people that you care about. Share this with them. But he uploads those every day, and sometimes the electronics of it doesn't go through. He'll upload them maybe 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 o'clock at night at our production studio in Tulsa, and he'll upload them, and maybe they don't go up. And so the next morning, then people start asking about, did Jimmy die overnight? And so far, he hasn't. And so he's got to run up there early in the morning and get it done. We're looking at Hebrews. What are y'all thinking about? Hebrews 13:5. Ooh, oh my goodness, this is a great one. This is one that probably is talking directly to me right here, and talking to a lot of y'all also. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be satisfied with what you got. It says here, satisfied with what you have. That's a redneck way. Keep your lives free from the love of money. Be satisfied with what you got, what you have. Clearwater's a lot of fun to fish, but it can be pretty frustrating if we're not willing to change our tactics a little bit. The simplest way is to move to light line, 4 to 8 pound test, small lures, little tiny lures. My choices: 1/8 ounce spinnerbaits, tiny crankbaits, little road runners, 4-inch finesse worms, Ned rigs, drop shotting, all of that type of stuff right there. Nico rigs, all the stuff where you move to the little bitty tiny stuff to try to get bite. These small lures are going to attract fish. You're going to get a lot of bites, but you'll need to be satisfied with smaller bass. Now, I know that a lot of times, particularly if it's in a tournament situation, I'll be satisfied with a small limit. When I get up to 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, nothing swimming in my live well, I'll be satisfied with a small limit. And a lot of people will be satisfied with smaller bass as long as they can catch some fish. Now, for the most part, if I'm not, well, I just tell the truth. For the most part, I'd rather not catch large bass than not catch bass at all. I mean, if I'm going to not catch anything, I'm going to just go ahead and fish for large bass. But you can always catch them. They can always be caught. Any tournament will prove that. It might not be 20 and 25 pound limits, but everybody will catch some fish. These smaller is going to attract a lot of fish, but you got to be satisfied with smaller bass. Most of us have a hard time being satisfied with less. We have a hard time being satisfied with less. It's hard not to want to pursue money. We work harder, we work longer hours. I've been guilty of working 70, 80, 100-hour weeks all of my life. I still do. We change jobs. How do we balance our needs and our family's needs, yet still please and obey God? How do we do that? How do we do that? That's a pretty difficult thing for people that are what I call accomplishers. They're always trying to accomplish something. And you know, the trick is, and I'm going to tell you another little trick here, right? But the trick is, for those people that have to accomplish something, it doesn't matter if you accomplish mowing the grass and you look at it and you say, wow, that yard looks pretty. It's not about money. It's about accomplishing something, making something worthwhile of your time, making something worthwhile of your day. As long as you're working hard, long hours and doing that for the accomplishment of what you're trying to do, you become an accomplisher. And that's a good thing, I believe. That's my opinion. Some of y'all might disagree. That's my opinion. But here's the real deal. We must be satisfied with what God gives each of us, because the most important part of life, it's not money. It's Jesus. That's the most important part of life. And you know, as I look at our life, and Chris and I have gone through almost 57 years of marriage if we make it till December, the end of December. But as I look at it, I feel like we've been successful. I feel like we've been very, very blessed. But I can look at so many friends that I have that if we just look at money, if we look at possessions, as we look at what they have, I had a buddy of mine fly down here the other day in a $10 million plus airplane. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, a great Christian man. God has given him way more than he gave me, not only in money, but also in talents. Obviously, he has the talent to, run his businesses and do that. I know other people that just barely get by, but they're satisfied. And it doesn't matter where you are. I'm a big sports fan. Y'all have figured that out by now. And I know athletes that make $20-25 million a year. That's right, $20 or $25 million a year for playing ball, for crying out loud, for playing something that we all love to do. And I look at that, and we're not in that league at all. But we've made a living all our life doing something that everybody likes to do, fishing. We go fishing, and we made a living at it. But the trick is, when you're working hard, you're trying to accomplish something, and that's a good thing. And the other is to be satisfied with whatever God gave you. If he gave you $10 million jets, if he gave you a $25 million job to throw a baseball, if he gave you a job that you loved at just going fishing, if he gave you a job running the local O'Reilly store, or even just working at the local O'Reilly store, whatever, be satisfied with what God gives you, because can I tell you, God's got a lot in store for you. He's got a lot in store for you. And I think he's got a lot in store for me. I can't wait to see what God's going to do next. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. I love you.